Hi and welcome to the Travel Boss. Today's video is about the top 10 things to do in Luxor. Luxor is one of Egypt's most beautiful places to see. People called it the City of Palaces because the whole city is like an open-air museum full of beautiful Egyptian palaces and ruins. Before we start our top 10, please click the subscribe button and tell us what is your favorite thing to do in Luxor in the comments. Number 10. RAMESSEUM. If you are wondering what to do in Luxor, visit the RAMESSEUM temple. The RAMESSEUM is a temple where Ramses I was buried. It is on the west bank of the Nile, in the Theban necropolis. It took 20 years to finish the temple, and the statues of Ramses I show how beautiful it was when it was done. The most famous of these is the huge statue of Ramses I that once stood over 19 meters tall, but has since fallen. Number 9. Tomb of Nefertari. The tomb of Queen Nefertari is in Luxor, Egypt, in the Valley of the Queens. Nefertari was Ramesses I's best friend, and her tomb is one of the largest and best preserved tombs for a queen. On the walls of Nefertari's tomb are detailed pictures from mythology and her own life that show her life, personality, and journey to heaven. Number 8. FELUCCA ride to Banana Island. A felucca is a small traditional boat that is often used on the Nile. It is moved by oars and slash or lateen sails. Banana Island is a small island on the west bank of the Nile. It has a banana plantation and other small farms. You can book a 3 to 4 hour ride on a felucca to get to the island. Number 7. Medinet Habu. Medinet Habu is an archaeological site on the west bank of the Nile. It is near the foot of the Theban hills. It has a lot of historical sites, but the most famous one is the Temple of Ramses II. It is the second largest temple in Egypt that still stands. Its art and architecture are very well kept, and it is carved with real stories from the time of Ramesses II. Number 6. Hatshepsut's Temple. The Hatshepsut Tomb Temple is a very important archaeological site. It is in the city of Luxor. It was built during the 18th Dynasty of Egypt, when Pharaoh Hatshepsut was in charge. It is a beautiful piece of architecture. Inside this temple complex, tourists can see the lower court, the central court, the chapel of Anubis, and the punt expedition routes, which were very important in Egypt in the 18th century. The temple is named for Hatshepsut, who was the 5th ruler of Egypt's 18th dynasty. She was the second woman pharaoh of Egypt whose name has been found. Visiting this temple is really a must thing to do in Luxor. Number 5. Mummification Museum. In downtown Luxor, there is a museum called the Mummification Museum. It shows pictures of the whole process of mummification, the things that were used to turn people and animals into mummies, as well as information about what kinds of things were buried with people in the past. Number 4. Tombs of the Nobles. There are more than 400 tombs of nobles from the 6th dynasty to the Greco-Roman period right next to the RAMESSEUM in Luxor. What makes these graves different is that while the royals had guides to heaven written on the walls of their tombs, the nobles often chose to have pictures of their daily lives drawn on the walls. So, they tell us a lot about how people lived back then. Number 3. Luxor Temple. Ancient Egyptians built the Luxor Temple complex to the east of the Nile. It is well known for its columns, statues, images, and statues of Amenhotep I and Ramses I. It was built around 1400 BC and is one of the 2 most important temples on the East Bank. It's best to go there after dark, when the lights are on and the Temple of Luxor looks even more magical. Number 2. Valley of the Kings. Valley of the Kings is part of the Theban necropolis and is on the west bank of the Nile. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Valley of the Kings, which is also called the Place of Truth, has 63 beautiful royal tombs from the New Kingdom that are all very different from each other. Tourists can take guided tours of the tombs that are open to the public and watch a documentary about how Carter found the tomb of Tutankhamun. Number 1. Explore the KARNAK Temple. The absolute number 1 thing to do in Luxor is explore the KARNAK Temple. The Karnak Temple complex in Luxor is an archaeological site that was mostly built between the 12th and 20th centuries. At its peak, it was the biggest and most important religious building in Egypt during the Middle Ages. With 4 pylons, the Great Hypostyle Hall, the triumphal inscription of Shishonkai, the Temple of Ramses II, and the Great Court, it will take tourists at least 3 to 4 hours to see everything in the complex. So these are the top 10 best things to do in Luxor. Please like the video if you enjoyed our list and share your views in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Travel Boss. Thanks for watching.